Hello guys and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we're going to be doing such an exciting video. I don't know if you guys have seen on like Instagram or on our website or anything, but it is actually PUR Cosmetics' birthday. It is their Sweet 16. So they sent us this really cool package, and it has their Sweet 16 Celebrate Your Selfie palette in here. And this is actually way more than a palette, but I'm going to get into all of that in the video. But can we just talk about, first of all, this is so adorable because it's like their 16th birthday. So they have just these really cute little like informational cards with like, and they're just so themed like with the confetti and stuff. And just how this package is even packaged is really cool and so beautiful. So I'm going to try out every single thing that came in this package that comes in this Celebrate Your Selfie little like kit. And I will link it down below. They have this and like a ton of other stuff as part of their like limited edition birthday collection. For sale, like there's a ton of stuff. So if you guys are interested in any of this, it's gonna all be linked. They have a ton of like really freaking cute stuff. Everything's just so adorable. So I'm going to be showing you guys that stuff in this video. So I will zoom you in and let's get started. So like I showed you guys, this is the cute little box that this comes in. And then this is the packaging of the this is the specific Celebrate Your Selfie kit. There's a bunch. Like I said, I will link those all below, but this is the packaging for this. I am just so into this like white packaging with like the confetti all around it and like the gold detail. I think it is so pretty. The back of the package has some information on what is in here. And like they even went so far as to even just like make the like packaging sides adorable. Like they just went all out with this packaging, and I know you guys are probably like me, a lot of you, and just like suckers for packaging, so I'm obsessed with this. This is where it gets crazy. Look at this. So this is obviously part of the eyeshadow palette, but watch. Like, I don't know about you, but this is so fun. I've been playing with this ever since I got this, which was just yesterday, but this is so fun. And actually, a couple of their other palettes in this collection have the like clear lid with the confetti as well. Their Love Your Selfie 3 palette, and then it looks like the like little travel eyeshadow palette and the highlighter palette also have the clear lid. So it's such a fun little thing. I don't think I've ever seen a packaging similar to this. Even when it's all like collected at the bottom, it just looks so pretty. And then of course it's just super fun to like play with. So before we get started, I'll just give you the information on this really quick. Like I said, this is all limited edition because obviously it's their 16th birthday collection. This specific kit retails for $49, which is literally a steal for all the stuff that is in here. So just to give you a little quick overview, every time I open this, I'm like, oh my gosh, all the glitters are gonna come out, but obviously they're not. But oh, it's so trippy. So this is what the palette looks like. As you can see, it's like in a 1 and a 6. So when I first saw this, I was like, why are the shadows in such a weird configuration? But it's in the shape of a 16, which I also thought was really unique and different. I haven't seen before. And all of these shades look so pretty. So I'm so excited to use those. And then on the sides of the palette, it has like these little drawers that you can pull out, which is so cool. So that's another really cool feature of this palette, is how the drawers come out. I love it. This side in particular has a pair of their lashes, their fully charged mascara, and a lip gloss. And like, hello, like a milky pink lip gloss. That is so me. And then there's another drawer on this side which has a highlighter and 2 blushes. So this is kind of like a almost all-in-one palette here. Like you have everything that you need right here in like this little compact little guy. So as you can tell, I did my foundation, concealer, powder, and bronzer. Basically everything that's not in this palette. But this has everything in it except for those items that I just listed. So this would be so perfect, A, as a gift, because it's only $50 for all this stuff, which I still think is unreal, and it has so much in it. Or if you just need something to get your collection started with, or like maybe if you're traveling. I mean, this is a little bit big, but the thing is, even though this is a little bit big, it has almost everything you would need. So you could bring like a super small other little makeup bag and then just bring this guy, and you would have everything that you need for almost your whole entire face. So this is such a cool palette. I'm so excited about this. I think what we're gonna do is obviously, well, actually I think what we'll do, since my face is almost done, is I'll start with the blushes and a highlighter, and then we'll go into the eyes, and then we'll do obviously like the lips, mascara, lashes last. So let's do that. So like I said, I literally just got this, so I haven't even played with it yet. So I wanted to do a couple swatches of the face products over here. So I swatched them right here on my hand. This shade, this first shade is Flirty. This second one is Snatched. And then the highlight shade is called Lit. So these are the face shades in here. First of all, that highlight, like, can we just, obviously it's not blended out, but that looks like, wow, that's gonna be intense. And I love these blush shades, kind of the orangey, like, I guess not orangey, but like peachy pinks. Oh, I love. So I think I'm going to use, I think I want to use the more peachy one. So I think I'm going to use the second shade called Snatched, which is obviously the middle one right here. And then of course I'm going to use Lit as the highlighter. Ooh, I'm so excited. So I just like lightly dipped my brush in there and it looks like a lot of product came off. So yeah, a lot of product came off, but that is okay because this specific brush I'm using, this is a Luxie brush, is really good at like blending out blush. So it blends out beautifully, but you definitely don't need to dip in a second time. Like once is enough. That's a pretty shade. That's like kind of your perfect like peachy pinkish shade, and it looks like it's a tiny bit shimmery. I'm definitely into this blush shade. This is like my perfect everyday kind of blush shade. I'm super excited about that. I just love blushes. And this highlight looks intense. I cannot wait to see what this looks like on my face. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that. This is gonna be intense, I think. Yep. Ooh. Wow. This is definitely intense, and it's very like white, as I'm sure you can kind of tell. It's pretty much just like a straight white with like a slight golden undertone, which is perfect for me. But if you are quite like medium to deeper skin tones, it might be a little bit stark, but honestly it blends out so well that I think most skin tones, I bet you could get away with this. Wow, that is a highlight. That looks so, ooh, so good. Okay, so I know at least that I love these face products, so I feel like the rest of this palette is going to be a hit because if just these two products I've tried so far are amazing, I can't imagine that like the rest of this is not going to be just as good. So I'm like even more excited now. Okay, so now it is time to start on the eyes, and I'm so excited for this part. I've definitely tried PUR eyeshadows before, and I've liked everything that I've tried for them as far as I can remember, so I'm super excited. And let me just give you a close-up shot of these shadows because they are stunning. Like, these are so my tones. I feel like they're like kind of mauve-y, purple, pink. So it looks like there's 15 shades in here, which is awesome because like I said, this is $50. You already got 2 blushes and a highlight, which like on their own would cost $50, and now you have 15 eyeshadows plus the stuff in this drawer. So like seriously, this is just an unreal value. So I'm gonna start off with the shade PUR right here, which is spelled like P-U-R-E, like not like PUR's name, but it's the same thing. And this looks like it's gonna be like a cool tone, kind of grayish mauve-y purple shade. Let's see. So this actually doesn't have a ton of color payoff. It's actually a lot lighter than I thought. It's almost just like a cool tone bone shade. It has like a slight like gray undertone, but it's basically just like a matte white cream shade. So I'm just gonna use that to set my lid, which I just have some concealer on. So I definitely think we're gonna roll with this like mauve-y, purplish, like pinkish kind of look that this palette kind of, you can certainly do something else besides that with this. Like you don't have to do purples because there are a ton of like other like browns and like more simple colors, but I just love, literally like that's what I did for my wedding. I did like a purpley, like taupey, mauve-y type look, and it's just the colors that I love and I especially love on my eyes. So I'm gonna go with the shade Loved right here, and let's put this in the crease. Oh yeah, that has actually some color, not like super over the top pigmented, but literally it's perfect for a transition type shade. So I'm just blending it all out here and dragging it right in here to the inner corner too. Oh gosh, they're like weed whacking out there. Can y'all hear that? Oh, I hope you can't hear that. If you can't, I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do. Okay, so I'm like obsessed with that shade. I love it so much. I think the next one I want to take is actually right above it, and it's the shade Hyped. And I'm gonna put that. Oh, did y'all see that? That's like, okay, so that is kind of a little more of a vibrant red. I kind of thought it was more like gonna come off as like a cranberry type red. Wow, that's okay. I definitely don't mind it. It's just not what I was expecting. And just so you guys know, just based on the pan, there is a bit of kick up whenever you just dip your brush in. It doesn't like get everywhere, but it definitely has some kickback, so just have a heads up about that. That doesn't really bother me at all. But so I think I'm just gonna build this a little bit up on this outer crease, and then outer lid, and then just bring it a little bit up into the crease. This is a very vibrant shade. Wow, I'm impressed. So the thing about this palette to keep in mind is that it just doesn't have any like deep shades besides this one right here, but this is shimmery, it looks like, to use like in your crease, or you know, if you like all mattes kind of in that area. It doesn't really have that. It has this brown right here, but this is quite like a warm, like medium brown. But I do kind of want a little bit more darkness, so I think I'm going to use that dark shade that I showed y'all. This is named Confident, and I'm just going to pack a tiny bit of that on. Okay, this lid doesn't stay all the way open. I'm going to pack a little bit of that using the same brush, kind of like right on top of that red shade. Ooh, just to kind of deepen it a little bit. Oh, that's nice. That actually seemed like it was quite pigmented when I first packed it on, but it actually blends out really well. So I'm not really trying to fully cover up that red because I still want you to be able to see it, but I'm just mixing this on top to kind of give it that, I guess, like slightly more deeper red look that I was originally looking for. So now I'm going to add a little bit more purple into this look, and I'm going to use this shade right here called Excited AF. I want this to show because I do want this to be quite purpley, so I'm gonna pack that almost in the center of the lid, kind of where like the red and black meets the empty part of my lid. Okay, so I'm not getting like a ton of pigment when I pick it up with my brush. I'm wondering if this might be one of those shades that's better with your finger. I mean, you can see it, but it's not really performing super well. Kind of honestly like muddying into this black shade that we blended over the like red shade. Okay, so change of plans since that purple shade did not really work out how I wanted it to, and I'm gonna take this shade Glamorous right up here, and this is like almost your quintessential like taupey, like silvery purpley gray kind of shimmer shade. And just to be on the safe side, I think I'm just gonna use my finger for that, just because I want to make sure to get as much pigment as possible. And then once I put this on, we'll go and blend out some of the other like shades that we use just to kind of fix this a little bit. Guys, that is like, do you see that? That is like foiled metallic, like hella shimmery. So that just totally made up for that purple shade because that is gorgeous. Y'all, if you wanted to get that shade wet, I think that would be like insanely intense and gorgeous. So that shade alone just like makes this almost whole thing worth it, because that is a gorgeous, like kind of unique shade. I really love it. So I'm gonna go back into basically all the colors that we used so far and just reapply, just to blend everything out and kind of put everything back together. So I am just loving this so far. I think this is such like kind of going along with the like birthday sweet 16 thing. Like I think this is such a fun, like kind of like a party look. Like I feel like you could wear this for like New Year's or like any kind of like event that you'd be going to, because it's a little bit sultry because we have like a little bit of black, but you still got that really bright like lid shade that I think is like very eye-catching. So I'm all about this so far. We just need to highlight lastly. So I think I want to take this shade Devoted, which is right up here, and as you can tell, it's kind of like probably pretty. It's okay now, girl. Oh my gosh, my cat is freaking out because of them mowing right now. It's okay. Don't worry. But this shade's probably be similar, I would guess, to the highlight shade we use on our face. Ooh. It's just a little bit more gold, I think. Wow, I love that. Ooh, that looks good. And I'm gonna put this on my inner corner, of course, as two. As two. I'm gonna say two and as well. I'm going to put this on my inner corner as well. I like my brow bone and inner corner highlight to match. You don't fit under that. Oh my gosh, she's trying to hide under something she cannot fit under. And I think very lastly, just add a tiny bit of dimension to the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go back to that first shade that we used in the transition called Loved, which is just kind of like the mauve purple transition shade, and run that under my lash line, but that's it. I don't want to do anything too heavy down there. Just in case y'all were curious, I know I pretty much only use shades out of like the 6 right here, but the shades in the 1 are actually, well, most of them, these 3, are actually all like pressed glitters, so they don't really have an actual like base color to them. They're basically kind of like a glitter top coat type thing, so that's why I didn't use them, because I want to make sure I can play with them and I don't end up with like glitter all over my face for this video. But they do look absolutely stunning. I think with just like some glitter glue and maybe some like water on your brush combined, they would probably be incredible and like super glittery, obviously. So far I would definitely say these eyeshadows are incredible. I love this look that we came up with out of just only using a couple of the shades. Obviously that purple was a little bit of a dud, but I might just need to like wet my brush or something, so I do need to play with it. But I did swatch some of the other shades. You can actually see a few of them on my hand right here. I was swatching some of the shimmers, and as you can see, these are the face ones. But as you can see, like, they're just super reflective. Definitely seem like they have some good pigmentation, and they're like just very glowy. I honestly think you could even use a couple of these as like face highlights and they would be gorgeous. So I'm definitely going to continue to play with this, and like I said, if y'all want to see another look, I'm down. So now lastly we have this other little drawer on this side, and this has their fully charged mascara, a lip gloss, and a pair of lashes. So I'm going to start with the mascara, of course. I definitely have not used this mascara before. I don't know if I've ever actually used any mascaras from PUR. I don't think that I've tried this. So I'm first going to, of course, just curl my lashes per usual. And then just really quick with my L'Oreal Kohl eyeliner that you guys see me use in literally every video, I'm just going to tightline. So this is what the wand looks like. It's actually quite long, and actually that's just a whole bunch of product lopped up on it. It stops like, you know, right there. It's definitely your just like bristle brush kind of standard, but it's got like a lot of bristles, and it's actually very long, especially considering it's like a sample size. So let's see. Ugh. It literally always gets some on my lid. That actually looks really good. It's definitely separating and lengthening. It's not like super volumizing, but I mean, you can tell a clear difference between each of my eyes, and it's super black. So I think if you probably just build it up, you can get a little more volume and then get that really like, you know, full lash look. But that just like spread them out and fanned them out super well, and it's quite black. It definitely pulls out a ton of product like right on the tip of it whenever you first dip it in, so that could get kind of clumpy kind of easily, so just keep that in mind. So this is what it looks with mascara on the top and bottom lashes. I think it looks really good. I did like kind of add a second coat to the top lashes, but I want to let them dry and then add another coat. I do think I would like a little bit more volume, but they're perfectly separated and very lengthened, so like this kind of checks like 2 out of 3 boxes, and maybe if I can build it up, this would be like the perfect mascara. I do think that the wand is a little bit too big to use on my bottom lash line. I usually like to use something like a little bit thinner and shorter, just because I usually end up stabbing myself in the eye. So I don't think I would use this again on the bottom lashes, but I was able to make it work. So if you're a little less sensitive, you might be totally fine to use this for both. So next we have these lashes, which I don't think that they have a specific name. It says Diva Eyelashes. So I don't know if that's the style or if that's just what they call their lashes. They're definitely super wispy. They look like they get pretty long in the center, but they look like they have like a well dispersed range of like shorter and longer lashes. So they look really full, but kind of dramatic. And as y'all know, I don't wear lashes very often at all, but I do, you know how to put them on. So I'm going to give these a try. I'll put them on, and I'm not going to do that on camera though, because that's just going to be a catastrophe and we'll probably be here until like tomorrow. So I'm going to hop off camera and put these on, and then I'll be right back to show you how it looks. Okay y'all, so my lashes are on, and it took me forever, as I told you, but these lashes are actually not quite as dramatic as I was expecting them to be. Like, you can definitely see them, but they're not like super dramatic, which is definitely a lot more my style. I do think that they're just a tiny bit long, like lengthwise, not like the lashes themselves, but the band is a little long, so I probably would need to trim them next time I wear them, but they're not like terrible. It's not super obvious. They weren't super difficult to apply. Most lashes in general for me are difficult to put on just because I'm not super practiced in applying lashes, but they weren't terrible, and I do think that they're very beautiful. Like, they are super long. I don't know if y'all can tell, like they're pretty long. I hope y'all can see the length. So they are pretty long, but because they're so like wispy and like flirty, they don't like come off as super fake looking or like too dramatic. I think that this would be like, these are kind of similar to the lashes that I wore for my wedding. I think these could be perfect for like an event, or if you just don't want to like come off as putting on fake lashes, or if you just don't wear fake lashes very much and you don't want to just look like completely not yourself with like these thick ass dramatic lashes, these would definitely be the ones that you would want. But they do provide like enough oomph where you can tell like your eyes are done up, like you are glam. So I do really like those, and I would definitely wear them again. The last thing that we have is the lip gloss. I don't think that this has a shade name. Oh no, it does. It's called DIY. D? There's no periods between the DIY, so maybe it's just yeah, I think it's DIY. And this packaging is so cute. I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of matches like the packaging of the box with like that geometric kind of like gold look, and it's like a perfect nude like baby pink, which a milky pink lip gloss is like right up my freaking alley. So let's try this. Ooh, it smells like like fruity, like melon or something, and it has just kind of like your standard little doe foot applicator. Wow, so you get like the perfect amount of product out on the brush. Like, you don't need to dip back in to coat your entire lips, and I honestly went over my bottom lip twice, and wow, that smells incredible. The formula is very creamy. Like, just rubbing my lips together feels actually so good. It's so like not sticky at all. It's definitely just like milky and creamy. This is perfect for, like, as you can see today, I just wore it right over my natural lip color, but you could also wear this over like almost any lipstick. Even if it was not like a pink lipstick or a baby pink lipstick, you could still wear this over anything just to kind of like either nude it down a little bit, because this does have some color to it. As you can see, it's not totally clear, but it's definitely not like super pigmented. So then you could definitely like mix this with other lipsticks to kind of tone them down, or if you just wanted to add like a little bit of shine, this is definitely that. And obviously you can wear this with literally any kind of eye look and it's gonna go with it. Plus, it's such a perfect like little size. This is so perfect just to, like, throw in your bag or like your wallet or something, or even your pocket, and you can just like reapply this. Super low maintenance. The only thing that I will say that I kind of wish is that the eyeshadow palette like somehow came out of the big box thing that has the drawers in it, just because whenever you're wanting to store this, especially if you eventually like take the mascara and the lashes and the lip product out, there's my cat, you still have to keep the eyeshadow palette like in this big semi-bulky box. So even once you take stuff out of it, you kind of still are stuck with all of the packaging. But I think that's kind of just part of it. And honestly, like, all this stuff in here is like so worth it that it's like, I'm just being nitpicky, you know? Okay guys, so that is everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. Like I said, this is such a great gift, or just gift it to yourself, because this is a crazy bang for your buck. 50 bucks for a 15-pan eyeshadow palette, 2 blushes, a highlighter, a pair of lashes, a mascara, and a lip gloss. I think my favorite products are honestly the mascara I liked a lot, and the lip gloss I loved. I mean, the highlights really gorgeous, and I mean the shadows were really good too. So honestly, I don't even know if I can pick what my favorite product is because everything in here was incredible. The only thing is, like, whenever I go to pick this up, and you're probably not gonna be like whipping this around when you're using, but if you do, like, these don't like really stay in. They don't fall out, which is nice, but like they don't stay in. So if you like, you know, if you move it around, they do come out. So keep that in mind. But that's kind of like with any of these kind of palettes with these little drawers, kind of is what happens. And in case you were just really into this glitter thing, or this confetti thing, here you go. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here. And until next time, I will see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.